Okay, guys. So, welcome back to another edition of COMMGIving by Antu PhucHoang, author of The Culture Proof and City Wellness Atlas, Hustle for Info, and now My Government Programs. So for COMMGIving, I'm going to talk about something that's very funny. It's called self-actualization. What does that have to do with productivity or even marketing? I just want to bring it up as a career side, which is to say that self-actualization is real. You know, how did I get onto this track? Well, I started thinking that I watch those videos along that I share along with the audience that watch those videos as well. And one activist in Chicago, I believe, said that was it Chicago said that poverty is real, and I understand what he's saying. And we all directed onto the track that to combat poverty, it's public health issues. But then this real is real meme by that gentleman. So I said, what else is real? And I said, well, affordability is real. Affordability and home economics is real. And what do you mean by real? Real has an effect on your mind. The word effect is very funny. There are two words. There's effect, EFFECT. There's affect, AFFECT. If you don't know the difference, you should look them up. But basically, it's what annoys you, or it's what makes you feel empty inside, right? So poverty is real, has an effect by affecting your mind, right? And home economics is real, has effect in your life, on your happiness, your personality, your disposition on a daily basis by affecting your environment, right? And then what else is real? Affordability is real. Like inflation of prices to stagnation of wages is real. All right. And like, what's the opposite of not real? Opposite of not real is insanity. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm saying, say you check into a hotel room. It's supposed to be clean, but it's dirty. You're not insane if you feel ripped off. You're not insane. All right? Some things in the economy, in your community, you're not insane if you feel ripped off or shortchanged. Poverty is real. Because it has to do with maybe bias, red line neighborhoods, better zip codes, school you went, the public school you went to, or the charter school you went to. Bias is real, poverty is real. You're not insane if you're expecting to be treated like an American, but you're not. You're not insane. It's real. Affordability is real. So self-actualization is real. And so what are we talking about in terms of self-actualization? It's real, like she's Oprah herself offering many varieties of paths, right? Paths. You yourself know. You watch Oprah more than you watch me, or more than I watch Oprah. Me watching Oprah is like looking at underwear catalog, right? So self-actualization is real, but there's something else going on in the economy that's real, which is the influence of new thought. All right, new thought. I'm not talking about Buddhism. I'm not talking about Islam from over the ocean, or Buddhism from Asia, or Hindu from India. I'm not talking that kind of new thought. I'm talking about thought that was born yesterday. And it's different from academia. You might have a thought born yesterday. But in academia, you have to go out and you have to research. You have to conduct experiments, right, for the next maybe 20 years to prove your theory. I'm talking about new thought, born yesterday, with no proof, just pure, like, give us your money. Pure, like, asking you for pure faith, with no proof. No proof. It's not like school. If you have a hypothesis, you know, you have to prove experiments, carry out experiments, right? For a long time. You have to prove it. And then there are thoughts from Asia, from India, from other places. It's not new, it's just coming home. I'm talking about new thought. All right. A new thought says, in order to achieve self-actualization, ditch what is the deepest part of your life. That's new thought. Ditch, you know, that's why people join cults, right? Ditch the deepest part of your life. Ditch the kids, ditch your parents, enjoy them. I'm saying, in terms of career, don't ditch the deepest part of your life. People think living in Toronto is the deepest part of my life. That's why I share my family story, my family journey, right? What they call a family journey. My family journey, my education, my background, and the rest of my family members. Not all of them. That's a big family, but with in-laws and everything. But people really believe real estate is the biggest part of my life. That's why I read stories about, like, we can't bear to move into the suburbs. You know, they gave us like 2 hours for our old apartment, but we can't bear to move into the suburbs. But we can ditch our parents and we can ditch our siblings and everything, because that's the influence of new thought with no proof. New thought that wants you to accept it right away without proof. It's like an FDA. Can you imagine the Food and Drug Administration just accepting it right away, like a drug? No testing, no proof, no safety, no testing, not anything. Drug comes up tomorrow, approved right away. That's the influence of new thought. And so a lot of people are like, wait a minute, Toronto is actually the shallowest part of my life. So when you're on this path to self-actualization, do not ditch the deepest part of your life, including your career, your trade. Ditch the shallowest part of your life, which is the fucking location. But you know, with the real estate bubble and real estate prices going up, they got people convinced, nincompoops, convinced that real estate is the deepest part of their life. Leave that with you. Happy Tuesday.